Welcome back to this new episode of Express Course. We are going to continue with the last part that we didn't see because the video takes a lot of time. But yeah, I try to make short and simple videos, but sometimes it's pretty hard because I try to explain the most basic stuff, maybe just to make it clear and you understand the reason why we are doing something specific. So I'm sorry if the videos takes a long time. Maybe if you don't enjoy this particular way to watch courses, you feel free to doesn't continue with the course. But I prefer to be pretty clear and try to use try to make the declaration why I'm doing that why I'm doing. So in this lesson, I already told you, and I promise that, yeah, you see I changed the file extension and we got a lot of different errors. And I promise we don't have to change nothing. It's the same base. But we can improve something that allows to improve also our developer experience. First of all, what happens if I try to execute this again? Of course, we can't. Don't worry, I promise. So let's execute npm run dev or node hyphen run index. And as you can see, we doesn't have a back path again, or we can turn back to the last. As you can see, we cannot find the module index.js, and that's pretty obvious because we changed index.js for index.ts. So maybe what happened if I try to change this? So let's try again ts and execute the command again. And as you can see, we have another deal, and it's about unknown file extension.ts for this one. And that's pretty nice. That's pretty obvious because Node.js doesn't know what is Typescript. So what should we do? First of all, we are going to change the scripts used right there, and we are going to add a new one called start. And the start allows to give us a way to execute the previous command. So we are going to continue using that, but in another way. And in this case, I am going to use the library of the npm module called tsx that allows to execute tsx code, TypeScript code, not tsx. In this case, we are going to define the root, in this case index.ts, and that's it. You see the difference? Yeah, of course, there's a difference. And if I go back and execute this again, but I have to use npm run star, and as you can see, we don't have nothing, but this is working. If I reload this one again, as you can see, we have hello world. And if you don't believe on me, please believe on me more times and change. Okay, I have to stop this. The following script allows to automate this task that maybe if we change something in the source file, we are going to execute automatically again the web server. Because if I want to see some changes, I have to stop the server and start the again. So let's start again the server. And as you can see, we have hello world with double exclamation marks. So that's nice. The following one is something that we used to call hot reload, and the hot reload is about, maybe if we need to take notes, of course, we are going to talk about hot reload. Don't worry about this if we don't cover it all. We are going to cover it in the specific time. Reload, and the hot reload is something that I already told you is about once we change something in the base code, the web server will be restart automatically. And we need to use the same tool called tsx, but we are going to use a specific param. We don't need the hyphen because it's like a instruction called watch, and watch allows to enable hot reload to watch the files that we are going to work. In this case, we are going to use the source file, the entry point file, because each program has their entry point file. In this case, and always will be in Typescript, Node.js, JavaScript will be index.js or index.ts in the source file directory. We can repeat index, but in other files, not in the source file, because that's the entry point of the application entry points. Entry point. Blah, blah, blah. So let's go. And of course, we need to specify index.ts, please. Doesn't matter the scenario. We are talking about TSX because we have TSX. But this going to change in a few seconds, so don't worry. And we're going to change this. And well, if we already use dev, we can use the shortcut that we created in the last episode. We can use npm run dev. We can use node -run dev. In my case, I'm going to use this shortcut that execute the last one. So as you can see, nothing changed. There is no changes. If I execute this one, it's working. But what happened is I changed something in my source file. And as you can see, I don't know why my terminal goes crazy, but the web server was reload, was stopped and started again because detect this change. Well, detect this change and the time when I saved the file, because it's different. Change the file. Well, yeah, it's different. Change something in the file and save the file. The whole reload works once we save something, when we save the file. So if we reload again, as you can see, we have one hyphen. If I remove the hyphen, there is no automatically, we have to execute, for example, Control S to save. You see something just right there, then disappears. And if we go back and reload, we see that we have the change. This is a pretty easy and useful way to improve our development experience. So that's nice. And even if you don't want to use TypeScript, you can continue using JavaScript and this is going to work. But I highly recommend TypeScript because it's better. because it's better. I don't have more arguments. It's better. So give it a try. I'm going to, and I don't know, take my hand. I'm going to help you to understand TypeScript. Don't worry. Don't worry. And well, continue with bool command. Well, Types. And in the bool, what is the bool? The time when our base code is ready and we want the source code ready for production, the JavaScript code. So in this case, we are going to execute the TCSC tool that allows to convert the code in the this directory, in the this directory or the this folder. How this works? Well, the way this tool works is just like once we execute this in a project, looks for the TypeScript configuration file, and we already have some configuration, and the tool going to take this instruction and following as that rule. And let's give it a try. npm run, or maybe just to use the modern way to execute this, TSS. And as you can see, we have I'm sorry, it's boil. And as you can see, before, well, make the transpilation and see the JavaScript code, as you see, we have JavaScript code, we see some errors. And well, this is interesting because it's transpiling the code even with errors, and that's the deal. It's important about errors. So, and as you can see, we have something. Well, we have the same errors that we see just right there. If we see we have 1, 2, 3 errors, we see the 3 just on top of the tab. And as you can see, we also have 3 errors, and give us the line. For example, the first error is that maybe to make a better programmer experience, we need to install a extra package that we are going to install, but don't worry, doesn't matter. I want to show you that it's not necessary modify the code base, because TypeScript is compatible with vanilla JavaScript code, so don't worry. I promise, don't get scared about this because it's pretty simple. and I'm going to show you why. And as you can see, well, this is the problem just right there. And also we have the other one in the 6th line, and as you can see is the request. What happened with request? With request has any type because it's implicitly infer. Any type is like we don't know what is this. We don't know if this object has name attribute or has the something function. It's just like any. That's the reason why Typescript is crying about, hey, I don't know what is this. Please improve this, because in other way, I'm not going to give warranty that this will going to work as well. And the second one is response amp is for the same reason, is the ANI. So how can we improve this? In my case, I like to modify the tsconfig because I don't like I don't want, or I want to avoid that TSS transpile the final code with errors. We have warnings that is pretty different. Maybe we can compile code with warnings, but the important is avoid to compile code with errors. So we are going to change that. So go back to the tsconfig.json and we are going to add another one called just below a strict. A strict is related with this one. It's like if we have the strict option, we will receive some errors like this. And the other one is no emit on error. That disable emitting file if any type checking errors are reported. So true. And also I'm going to disable this because the first one is just like to generate these files, definition files that we don't need at all. And the other one is just like for deprecation and debugging purpose that we are not going to use at this time. So that's all. So let's go, and maybe I want to improve this one because sometimes this directory is not deleted at all. So I'm going to use this command just right there. Well, the command depends on the Windows ecosystem, so you have to look for how to delete a folder. Maybe you can use maybe ChatGPT, and in this case, ask to ChatGPT, hey ChatGPT, what is the translation of this command in Windows environment? And that's it. That's all. So you can, this is just like to remove this directory and execute TSS again. Maybe in some scenarios TCS can do this automatically, but for avoid to infer behaviors, we're going to make it explicit. So that's it. So let's try to run a game build, and as you can see, we don't have this folder because we have errors, and once we don't resolve these errors, we are not going to have a distribution file. So we can solve this error, don't worry. First of all, we need to include types. Once we use Typescript, we have to use types depending on the library or the npm package. Let me show you. We are go back to this section right there, and we are going to look for express npm because I'm going to show you, or I'm going to explain to you what, well, you see some spoilers just right there, but I'm going to show you how to detect an npm package that has a inbuilt type declaration, and which other npm package doesn't have a implicit, well, inbuilt type declaration, and you have or you need to install an extra package just right there. I'm really sorry. It's not a -deb, it's -save -deb. Is the short, is the long way for /d uppercase or uppercase D. So there is, well, the way is just like, see this icon just above the express name, and as you can see, we have DT. DT means this package has Typescript declaration provided by types express. We need an extra package. But for example, we have a loader package that doesn't need this. But I don't remember what. I don't remember which of them. Maybe I don't know. Discord.js. Give me a sec. Of course, for example, Discord.js, as you can see, the icon change is TS instead of DT. And as you can see, this package contains built-in type declaration. So you can use Typescript without install extra package. But if we see this one, we need to install an extra package. And what is the package? It's pretty simple. You don't need to look for. If, for example, if you or the library npm package that you're using called Express, the type declaration package is this one. How can I pronounce this one? Pronounce. And sorry, guys, I need to pronounce symbol. Symbol? I'm sorry.
Symbol.
Okay. No, symbol, no. Well, I don't know how to pronounce this. At or at sign or address sign. Okay, at sign. I'm sorry, guys. Well, the at sign. So, yeah, we need the at sign and types slash express. And that's the package. As you can see, if we go to use right there, you see we have at sign types slash express. That's all. And the reason is and in this time, in this scenario, we have a package, so we have to use npm install. But always in all scenarios, types package will be development package, because we are not going to use types declaration, TypeScript declaration in a production environment. So we need to use the flag D or also --save def, and we install this. And after that, we are going to see in a few seconds, this error will disappear. And that's nice. Well, all errors disappear because implicitly also recognize that the callback function you right there comes from this one, and this one come from the express, and express come from the library, and see, you are talking about a request. As you can see, this change from any two requests with a lot of extra information that is not necessary to understand at this time. So let's compile or transpile. Maybe in some episode we are going to see the different is the same. Sometimes it's the same. Sometimes this is scenario we're going to use for the same purpose, but in advanced scenarios are not the same concepts. So we're going to execute npm run build, and as you can see, thanks to install one package, we don't have errors at all, and we have the distribution file. And as you can see, we have, maybe in this scenario, we have the same code, but the reason why we are using Typescript, because we are going to add extra information that allows to improve our developer experience. Again, I'm sorry, I'm pretty annoying with that, but that we are not going to see in the bundle or in distribution or the transpil file. For example, one of them is we have this object that is implicit get the express type, but I can use it like explicit and use this expression just right there and use express. I can use this because I can use this is a type, so I need to use it. I don't remember how can I use this, and I think it's just type express in this way, and after that is like, no, I'm making a mess. I'm sorry. Let's go back to right there, and in this case, I'm going to use Copilot because I don't remember how to improve. Okay, accept. Well, this is not, I think, okay, that's it. We have to import this depending. Yeah, we are changing the code base, yeah, but the reason is to provide us better tools to develop this program, this application. We are not giving new features to our web server or to Express. We are giving us features to improve our development experience. So as you can see, we use this use declaration that doesn't exist in JavaScript, and you already see in the last episode when we use the rep, that give us a syntax error. But what happens if I try to transpile this one? So go back, transpile this, and we'll remove the package and create another one. And as you can see, we have the same thing, but with the difference that we don't see this one, and the import is the simple one, and also we don't see after app the express type. The reason why behind this is this just for improve type declaration in the developer side, and allows to recognize in every moment, for example, what attributes or method has the request object. If I use the point, in this case, we have a lot of information that is related with that. And maybe we can use, I don't know, look for cookies. And also we can look for the headers, the host name, the IP come from this package and more. So that's pretty nice because we have extra tool that allows to maybe get in touch better than using just vanilla JavaScript. So in this case, I'm not going to use this because it's not necessary at all. We don't have to use a lot of different code that maybe people think. Well, people thought that use Typescript is add a lot of boilerplate or extra code that maybe makes the developer experience annoying, but that's not the deal, because as you can see, we have infer typing that is, hey, we have just right there a response object because we are using a callback inside the get function. The get function comes from the app object, and the app object comes from the express function, and the express function comes from the express library. So we are in all moment we know what we are talking about, and that's pretty nice. And also, I would like to remove maybe the comments because are not necessary in the production bowl. So let me see if I remember how is the comments. Remove comments and true. That's nice. So if we execute again this and open the distribution index, and as you can see, the comment is no longer available. So I think that's all for today's episode. We see, we already know how to create transpilation files and maybe how to handle the Typescript configuration. Maybe give me a second because I like to show you maybe the last script that will be used in the production environment, just for that, because if we want to execute this one, we have to use Node, and I have the 100% warranty that we are going to have the same result as the developer environment. So Node dist index.js. And as you can see, if we go back to the localhost 3000, we have the same result, but this is the production version. And maybe just to create a script, we can use a start, but the double colon, I don't know how to call this, dist. And we are going to execute in as the classic way, node dist index.js, because in this directory we have the index.js file. So go back, npm or not run start dist, and as you can see, we have the same result, but we create a script. This script will be useful in the future because depending on the platform, we have to define, hey, what is the command that the server has to execute to execute the web server itself. And we are going to pass, maybe not know this index. We are going to, hey, you have only to execute this one. No hyphen run start dist. So I hope this video was helpful. We are ready to start with our server or web server development. Maybe we need some extra stuff we are going to cover as a while. So yeah, in the next episode we are going to continue create the web server in our Express course. So I hope this video was helpful and see you in the next time. Bye bye.